Hello and welcome to my channel today, Boo Snakes and More. Today we're going to be talking about insects, so please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And for more videos like this, watch my other Hash channel, ANA Snakes and Stuff, my youngest son's channel, Henny's Toys and Games, or my oldest son's channel, Little Chris 10. Now let's dive into the video. The first insect species in global legal history now has the right to exist, thrive, and fight back in court. Municipalities in Sapua and Natula, Peru, have approved ordinances that recognize native stingless bees as legal subjects with rights to exist, thrive, and be defended in court. It is the first time any country has granted legal rights to an insect species. The ordinances apply specifically to stingless bees of the Peruvian Amazon and their habitat. The new local rules built on a 2024 reform passed by Peru's Congress. That reform brought stingless bees under formal state protection as part of the country's biological heritage. Any company, agency, or individual that harms their colonies can now be sued on behalf of the bees. Researchers estimate that roughly half of the world's 500 known stingless bee species live in the Amazon region. These small, black bees do not sting. They help pollinate about 80% of tropical plant species, including cocoa, coffee, avocados, and many wild fruits. What the bee ordinances actually say. The ordinances read like a small Bill of Rights. The text recognizes the bees' right to exist and prosper. They also recognize the right to maintain healthy populations. The text recognizes the right to live in clean, intact habitat with ecologically stable climate conditions. They recognize the right to regulate natural cycles, and they recognize the right to receive legal representation if pollution, deforestation, or new projects threaten survival. Courts must now consider damage to the species and the forest itself, not only human losses. Legal experts at Earth Law Center help turn scientific research and ancestral knowledge into this rights-based language. Constantina Portillo, the center's Latin American program director, said the result makes stingless bees visible as rights-bearing subjects instead of invisible service providers. Why these bees matter to the Amazon. Roughly half of the world's 500 known stingless bee species live in the Amazon region. In Peru alone, scientists have recorded at least 175 native stingless bee species. That number likely undercounts the rare diversity, placing Peru among the world's hotspots for these insects. These bees do not sting. They help pollinate about 80% of tropical plant species, including cocoa, coffee, avocados, and many wild fruits. The morning coffee, the chocolate bar after lunch, and even avocado toast all depend to a large extent on these pollinators. The health of the Amazon relies heavily on the health of these species. Scientists point out that safeguarding native bees also protects the wider Amazon, which stores tens of billions of tons of carbon and helps stabilize the global climate. Threats on the ground across the Amazon. Across the Amazon, stingless bees face mounting pressure. Deforestation removes their nesting sites. Land conservation for cattle and crops destroys foraging areas. Heavy pesticide use poisons colonies. Climate-stressed weather patterns disrupt flowering cycles. Extreme floods and droughts have increased colony mortality rates. Africanized honeybees, which are more aggressive, compete for and take over nest sites. Elders who once walked half an hour to find a hive now report walking for hours with no guarantee they will see one at all. Communities have begun abandoning traditional Melopolanian culture because maintaining colonies has become too difficult. As the quality and quantity of bee products decreases, beekeeping becomes less economically valuable for traditional communities. Where the legal change came from, this did not start in a legal office. It began when commercial biologist Rosa Venezuela Espeler and her team at Amazon Research International analyzed honey that indigenous families were using as medicine. During the pandemic, their samples revealed hundreds of bioactive molecules with antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and potential anti-cancer properties. The findings confirmed what local heroes had said for generations. For the Ashkalakal and Quadamigor peoples, stingless bees are woven into stories, songs, and ceremonies. They are not treated as simple livestock. Ashkalakal leader Apu Cesar Ramirez explained that within the stingless bee lives tradition, no knowledge handed down from grandparents and tied to the rainforest itself. The project has recorded and honored this traditional knowledge, aiming to integrate it into conservation policies. A biological community protocol was created to protect the community's knowledge related to stingless bees and monoculture. Concrete measures now required by law. The ordinances mandate concrete action, not just speeches. Saputo and Nutella must carry out reforestation in degraded areas. They must enforce strict control of pesticides and herbicides. They must restore native fauna. They must develop climate adaptation plans. They must support ongoing scientific monitoring. The project has already begun mapping 150,000 horticultures of the Amazon and documenting traditional monoculture practices. Communities now have a legal tool to challenge projects that could poison or displace colonies. This includes road building, new plantations, and any activity that threatens the bees' habitat. The ordinances require courts to consider not only human losses but damage to the species and the forest itself. Global ripple effects underway. The intentional petition, backed by Azilers, has gathered hundreds of thousands of signatures, urging Peru to extend these protections nationwide. Groups in other countries are studying the model for their own wired pollinators. The ripple effect is already visible. Giving legal standing to stingless bees will not save the Amazon by itself, but it shifts the legal spotlight toward the pollinators that keep forests and food systems running. It invites other governments to ask a simple question. If an insect can have the right to exist, what else in nature deserves a legal voice? The official statement was published by the Earth Law Center. Please leave your comments on this video. Thank you for watching and peace out till the next one.